DD, hey Addison, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, my man. I have Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely in one league and Njoku and Likely in another. How do you feel about starting Isaiah Likely? All right, we are in it. We are in here from last night. Uh, Eli's in here. Isaiah Likely, is he real or a mirage? We're at the Isaiah Likely, Mark Andrews conversation now. More specifically, to talk about Isaiah Likely, yes, I do think that he is real. I think that he is very startable moving forward. The benefit that the Ravens have with Isaiah Likely right now is that they can operate almost exclusively out of 12 personnel and have both Andrews and Likely in the field at the same time. And that formation allows them to have their optimal lineup to run the ball or to throw the ball, because I would much rather, as Todd Monken and the offensive coordinator and like the offensive game planning for the Ravens, I feel like I would rather have Isaiah Likely out there than Nelson Aguilar. That's so you would have Zay and Bateman, Andrews and Likely, Henry or Justice Hill. That's your offense, and Lamar is just going to be the super weapon to be able to distribute the ball anywhere that he needs to, or run it himself. So I think that Isaiah Likely is very real. I think that his production was inflated last night by scheme and by defensive scheme and overall game plan, that it just fed more towards Isaiah Likely because the Chiefs defense was so much more focused on Mark Andrews. So the game plan for the Ravens just kind of flew over to Isaiah Likely, and it kind of went over to Justice Hill as well on dump off passes. I don't know if I would immediately overreact to it and say that I would plug him in over Njoku or over Andrews again in week 2. I might give it one more week just to see what happens with Andrews versus Likely, and Likely versus another guy that you have already felt like is deemed every week kind of starter, like a David Njoku, like an Evan Ingram, like a Jake Ferguson or a George Kittle. That's that kind of range of tight ends I could see Likely already being into. And now you're going to have to make decisions, because you didn't really think that you were going to have to make these decisions with Likely. You thought that he was just a good handcuff, but we're here now. But I don't think I would immediately throw Likely into my lineup next week if you already have one of those other guys. Because I want to see it happen again and just see if, because this could be like a really annoying, um, like the Andrews and Likely kind of cannibalize each other, and they both, it's one of them's weeks, and it's the other one. It might be really annoying to predict whose week it is. They do play at home against Vegas next week. I could see that just being a Derrick Henry game and just running down the throats of Vegas, especially with they're probably going to end up winning that game by 7 or 10 plus points. Now, on the Mark Andrews side, I'm not concerned yet. I'm hoping that he was playing through a little bit of an injury, so maybe he wasn't as explosive. Andy Holloway from the Fantasy Footballers put out an excellent tweet that he said that he went back and watched the film, and the Chiefs defense purposely bracketed, doubled, and triple teamed Mark Andrews last night. He wasn't open, and it wasn't like he wasn't open because he couldn't get open. It was that they had linebackers covering in on him. They had safety help from the top when he was in the slot. Like he was not able to get open because they had so many people on him already. So I'm not necessarily worried about Mark Andrews as of right now, and I think things will get better as the season moves on.